Hey guys, how's it going? In this video here, I am going to be comparing the weights of the different pieces from the Square Off Pro, the DGT Centaur, the DGT Pegasus, and the Millennium King Performance. Um, as you can see, this stick right here, this stick is about 4 inches long. So I'm going to just use this as a reference. So when I compare the pieces, you can see, I'm not going to weigh all of the pieces, but I'm going to weigh probably a good majority of them so you can just get to see what you want. All right, so with that said, we're going to start here. This is the king for the, let me turn that back on. This is the king for the Square Off Pro. And we're going to go ahead and weigh it. That's about how tall it is. It's close to 4 inches tall. We're going to weigh it. It weighs 32.07 grams. Now, with that said, this is the DGT Pegasus, DGT Centaur king, which was a bit shorter. And if you weigh that, the king here weighs 35.55 grams. All right, so next, the king for the the Millennium King Performance, which is coming in around 3 inches or so. That's about 19.71 grams. And then the king for the DGT Pegasus, which is about the same size, coming in around 3 inches. Sorry. I think I said 3 grams, and last time I meant 3 inches for this king here for the Millennium King Performance. This is coming in around 20. So they weigh it roughly the same. So now, what's interesting about this king and the queen from the Millennium King Performance is that if you look at the weight of the queen, which is 20.28 versus 19.72, it's probably a design choice, but the queen weighs a little bit more than the king in this set here, which is fine. I mean, it's nice feeling wood and feel like it's kind of bottom weighted. So if you put it down, it kind of falls into place kind of like this. So that's one thing I think to feel about these pieces I like. These pieces here, they weigh less than these pieces, but these pieces are shorter. The DGT Centaur pieces feel a little bit more solid. These feel a little bit more hollow. This is the Square Off Pro King here, which says, I'm not saying nothing's bad about them, but again, the whole idea here is just to kind of give you an idea. Say what type of person you are. You might want a solid filling piece. You might want a hollow filling piece. It's kind of going to be up to you. So let's move on to the knights. Now, everybody loved the knights. Now, this is the knight from the Square Off Pro set, 22.47 inches. And here's the knight from the Centaur set. And this weighs 21.82. So they weigh almost the same. And again, if you see the height difference and the size difference, you'll know that this one feels a little bit more solid. This feels a little bit more hollow. And so anyway, again, like I said, I'm not trying to steer you one way or other to get one board or the other. I'm just letting you know how they feel. So, all right. So, but one thing I will say, these Millennium pieces, they are small, but I like the feel to them. These are very, the craftsmanships on these pieces. So for example, let's take a look. And the weights on the Pegasus pieces look good as well, but let's take a look. I just want to kind of see if I can, it's like the size, the base to size ratio here. If you look at the base here is much bigger. But these little pieces feel surprisingly solid. So that knight there weighs 15.31 grams. This knight here weighs 21.2. This knight here weighs 26, this knight here weighs 13.2. So actually it weighs, this knight here feels, and that's another thing, the Pegasus pieces feel quite solid as well too, but they seem to weigh a little bit less, 15.32, 13.27. So these pieces right here weigh a little bit less than the Millenniums in terms of the knight. So let's compare the Millennium's king to the Pegasus king. Pegasus king again is 20.03, and this king is 19.02. So they're very similar. All right, so let's take a look at the pawns here. So this is the smallest pawn from the Millennium King Performance, which is 6.55. This is the next smallest pawn. Actually, not, well, 8.26. So these pawns, definitely, I tell you, I like the weight it feel of both of these small sets. These small sets, for some reason, they got some really good craftsmanship in terms of the weight distribution. All right, this here is the Square Off Pro set, which is 15.37, and this one here is 10.89. So quite a bit difference. Now, because again, like I said, they all going for something different. What is it? The Square Off Pro is more going for like tournament size boards. So that's why their piece is going to be much bigger. They'll probably save trying to be cost effective in terms of injection molding for the pieces and feel. So again, I think they still did a good job on these pieces. I think all the pieces here, I mean, to me, got some merit of doing a good job. The only one that I think I like kind of, it's just something about these pieces right here for the Millennium King. I just like because they're so small, but they feel like they just won't tip over that easy, you know, for to be that size. And also the Pegasus, there's something to be said for how small that base is compared to, say, for example, this is the King here. See how small that base is? But although this doesn't feel like it's necessarily going to tip over, this little guy here does not feel like it's going to tip over either. So it's like if you have a base this small, it takes some craftsmanship to distribute that weight up and down this king, so or other pieces, so they won't feel like they fall over. So lastly, we'll take a look at the bishops here. This is a Square Off Pro bishop. Look like it's a little bit more than 3.5 inches or so. Oh, let me turn the scale back on. This is coming in at about, wow, that's pretty big, a 22 gram bishop compared to the king is 33. So let's see, to the knight here, I just want to compare. I thought, oh, so the bishop and knight, so they probably got the same amount of material built into each one of these pieces. This piece here, bishop here in the Centaur set is almost very similar, 21.72, and the bishop from the Millennium set coming in at 12. Okay, 12, was that 12.72? 12.87, sorry. Then the bishop from the Pegasus set here, which is very similar to the Millennium King Performance, is 14.82. So yeah, with that said, I hope this video gives y'all a little bit more insight into these pieces. Again, the weight distribution, how they feel. The Square Off Pro pieces feel a little hollow, which is not, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just more or less just how they feel. I'm just telling you how they feel. These feel a little bit more solid. They're about the same weight sometimes as the Square Off Pros, but they're a little smaller. And the King and the DGT Pegasus and the Millennium King Performance pieces are quite similar in a lot of ways. And again, for them to be small pieces, they feel quite good in the hand, I think. So with that said, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.